A cup of tea. Tahir was 82 years old. No teeth, barely able to hear. When he spoke, half his words got lost. Every time he started talking, his children exchanged glances or silently gestured to each other. Let it go. He had 9 sons and 1 daughter. Each had their own house, their own car, their own life. Yet once, all of them had been born under the same roof, Tahir's roof. Now, Tahir was passed from one son's house to another, 5 days here, 2 days there, as if he'd become a man in shared use. Every day, the same complaints. Dad, you had sweet tea again. You know you're not allowed. Dad, turn down the TV. The baby's sleeping. Dad, every time you shower, the floor's soaking wet. Tahir said nothing. But every time he left one of their homes, he'd stop, turn around, and quietly stare at the gate. He wouldn't say a word, but inside, something would break. Once he had raised 10 children with his own hands, never complained, never shouted. At bedtime, he always brewed tea and offered each son a cup with his own hands. Now, if he even asked for a cup of tea for himself, his sons gave him a silent look. Here we go again. One day, Tahir stepped outside his abandoned home. No one lived there anymore, not even him. But he came back because his heart had never left. He boiled water, brewed tea, poured it gently into a glass, held it with both hands, sat on the old wooden bench, and looked up at the sky. Then quietly whispered to himself, I have 10 sons, but right now I'm alone. And I never left them alone. Suddenly, the gate creaked open. His eldest son walked in, phone in hand. Dad, what are you doing here? It's cold out. Nothing much. I just wanted a cup of tea. The son went silent. He slipped his phone into his pocket, sat next to his father, looked at the glass in his hand. Tahir didn't hand it over. Instead, he went inside, poured another cup, and gave it to him. Drink. This is the tea you loved as a child. The son took a sip, paused, but couldn't swallow. A tear escaped his eye. The father kept sipping his tea. The son kept crying. Soon the other sons arrived too, one by one, quietly. They all sat around their father under the same open sky on that same old bench. But Tahir didn't notice, because he had dozed off, tea glass in hand, head lowered, eyes closed. Sometimes a single cup of tea can carry the silence of an entire lifetime. Tahir slowly took another sip, closed his eyes for a moment, let his head gently fall forward. The eldest son called out, "Dad!" Tahir opened his eyes, gave a faint smile, his face calm, peaceful. "I drank it, son. It was a sweet cup." The younger son quietly said, "We forgot about you, Dad. We said we love you, but forgot it in our hearts." Tahir looked at them deeply, then raised his voice just enough to say, "I don't ask anything from you. Just give me more nights like this, where I'm still myself, but with you." That night, for the first time in years, 10 sons and one father sat together, drinking tea beneath the sky on that old bench in that old home. No one touched their phone. No one hurried. Maybe this was the miracle of a single cup of tea.